Yep, 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 yep. You. What's up, y'all? Tell like it is, TV man. We live, we live, we live, we live like Channel 4 and Channel 5, man. Man, let's get it popping, man. Let's talk about it, man, real quick, man. This is crazy, man. At the end of the day, we're gonna give our recap for the card for the PBC Amazon Prime card. Salute to the PBC. I'm gonna get in their ass though. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But salute to the PBC. It was a good event tonight. Um, I was able to, like I told you, I thought that the co-main event was the better fight. At the end of the day, but the main event actually lived up to the main event. Regardless of what I thought about the actual decision of the fight, um, it was a great event. It was this was a I will say this. As much as I said this was not an event that people should have paid money for, this was a fight that people should have paid money for. I gotta keep it a dollar bean. Hold on, we gotta keep it a dollar. We gotta keep it all the way a dollar bean. This was definitely money worthy. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you for the fights we got tonight. This was some old school boxing going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's start it off with the fight that I actually caught. I didn't catch Cromel Moten and all that. I wasn't interested in watching him once I seen, it is what it is, man. But when it comes down to him, you know, I talk about Cromel Moten in another video that I do feel like doing actually. So I'll talk about Cromel. But when it comes down to this situation, and salute to Cromel Moten, you know what I'm saying? He's a young brother. And he's very young in his career. I think he's at like 3-0 now. I'm pretty sure he probably won his fight tonight. If he lost his fight tonight, that would be crazy. But he's 3-0, so it is what it is, or something like that. But anyway, let's get into Rolly Romero versus Isaac Cruz, man. Listen, this was a good fight, man. I knew that both of these fighters were nobody was going back down, and this wasn't no boxing match. You know what I'm saying? You know how like where you might find a fight like Shakur Stevenson or something like that, and he running the whole goddamn fight, and he ain't engaging and trying to land no blows or trying to get somebody to fuck up out of there at the end of the day. Um, you know, that's how this fight wasn't that at all. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, we know that he has a come forward style, more of a peekaboo style, high guard kind of style. So he's looking to throw devastating blows every time he throws a punch. And with Rolly Romero, we know that Rolly Romero is not the greatest of boxers. We know that he's a power puncher and he's coming to try to knock somebody out. Now, I didn't do a prediction video for this fight, but if I would have did my prediction video, which I was going to do, um, I would have picked Pitbull Cruz. I got no reason to cap the young. I got no reason to cap the young. I'd have picked Pitbull Cruz, and I would have had Tyzsu winning the fight tonight. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Tyzsu by knockout, no. I would have probably more had it at his decision. Rolly Romero or Pitbull Cruz by knockout, somebody was getting knocked out, but I probably would have predicted a decision. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think Rolly was gonna go out like that. But anyway, when it comes down to the Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Romero fight, man, Pitbull Cruz was pretty much on his ass, man. He was on his ass, just hitting him with devastating hooks pretty much the whole night. He was hitting him with big punches pretty much the whole night, and it was only a matter of time before Rolly, um, Rolly been knocked out. The knockout from Javante Davis and shit like that is devastating. And what did he get knocked out with? He got knocked out by a hook. So we know that Rolly Romero we know that he can get knocked out by a hook. We know that he can get caught while he's trying to be aggressive. And if you can get your punch in on him before he gets it on you, he's pretty much out of there. And I thought that Pitbull Cruz would have won this fight at the end of the day, but and he did end up winning this fight, and he got the stoppage on Rolly. I want to say what was it then? Yeah, he whooped Rolly ass. I want to say it was like the 10th round or some shit like that, in the ninth round or something. So it was what it was. I seen that Pitbull is out here. You know what's funny to me about this Pitbull Cruz after he won the fight? The fact that he called out Devin Haney, right? Now Devin Haney is a 140-pound champion. Now that Pitbull has moved up to 140. Now, Devin Haney is a 140-pound champion. He didn't call out Tio, but he called out Tank Davis. Now that was interesting to me that he called out Tank Davis, seeing that Tank Davis fights at 135. His next fight is going to be at 135. So for him to call Tank Davis out, it just kind of it was funny to me. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas, bro, y'all out here y'all just clout chasing off a Tank name at the end of the day. First of all, Tank already beat you with one hand. Okay, that's number one. Tank already beat you with one hand. So I get it. Everybody want to get out here and try to fuck with the silverback gorilla. There's no one Rilla. You know what I'm saying? So he's at Cruz, if the rematch happened is validated, you know what I'm saying? I would just say that if PBC put this in the works to make that rematch validate and try to, because Pitbull Cruz has been on the tear since he lost to Tank Davis with one hand. It just kind of is what it is. So he's been doing his thing. So if the fight does happen, and let's say Tank moves up to 140 after this alleged Frank Martin fight happens, it's more valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's more something you could be like, all right, well, Tank going to get a belt. But personally, if he do go up to 140, I would like to see him fight Devin Haney. But if he going to test the waters and fight Pitbull Cruz, I don't have a problem with that neither. Some of y'all might say it's ducking this, that, and the third. Like I said, I don't care when the fight happens. All I know is that when Devin Haney and Tank Davis finally happen, Tank gonna beat that boy. That's all I know. I got Tank winning. You know what I'm saying? And I like Devin Haney. I like Brother Bill. I like his father and everything like that. But them niggas do be capping. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I respect what he done for his son and they family and the Haney name. You know what I'm saying? Point most importantly. You know what I'm saying? So I respect all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not some hater of Devin Haney before y'all niggas come and hear the video after and want to be, oh nigga, you just hate Devin Haney, nigga, because nigga his pops is in his life and all this weird shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a problem with it, but at the end of the day, when a nigga capping, a nigga cap. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But anyway, um, I just found that funny that he called out Tank Davis. So be on the lookout that fight might actually happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say that right now. But as far as Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he did his thing tonight. Um, as far as Rolly Romero goes, I think Rolly is punch drunk at this point, and I think Rolly needs to call it quits. He's never been the same really since getting beat by Javante Davis, and he may not never been like that as far as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like when we think about it, he lost to the dude that looked like he like 60 years old and shit like that. Low key, he was getting his ass whooped by him. You know what I'm saying? And then he come in here with Pitbull Cruz and fuck around and get his ass fucked around and got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? So it just kind of was what it was. But I think for Rolly, man, Rolly has been hit with too many devastating shots, and I think that Rolly needs to really walk away from the game of boxing, man. Maybe if he can get some big name fights, I think he should take that because that's money at the end of the day. But I don't think Rolly should be running around here being a gatekeeper, getting his ass whooped and getting his brains rattled like this because Rolly took a hellified ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Rolly got his ass whooped by goddamn Pitbull Cruz tonight. You know what I'm saying? He be running around here. I get it. It's it's showmanship. So I'm not gonna get up here and trash Rolly all the way. Oh yeah, you talked all that Chihuahua shit. You talked all that Chihuahua shit, and he beat your ass. This, that, and third. I ain't gonna get into all that. I respect fighters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people that will be willing to take that walk down that lane, step into that ring, and be ready to get it popping. There's not a lot of people in general that'll be ready to fight, period. So I respect the fighters and I respect what they go through and the training and everything that they have to do to be ready for that particular night. And I respect they walk that they have to take and knowing that it's a possibility they might get knocked out. They may not see their family again. They may not be the same. You know what I'm saying? They may not be the same after that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of things with these boxers entertaining us at the end of the day that we have to be mindful of as fans. You know what I'm saying? I know we get up here and be, oh, this guy got his ass whooped. We get up here and we boast and and shit on motherfuckers and shit like that. But I just like to take the time out to um give these fighters their just due as far as our appreciation for them. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of fighters don't like to fight the best because they more worried about a nigga clowning them after getting their ass whooped than them doing the right thing for the sport. You know what I'm saying? And fighting the best. And if you come up short and you get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I tip my hat off to Rolly Romero. Special salute out to Rolly Romero. And it just kind of is what it is. But do I think he should only take big fights if he can't get a big fight. I think he should call it quits, man. That's my personal opinion on that. Before he really damaged himself. Like if y'all seen Rolly after the fight, Rolly was up here. You could tell he was punch drunk. This is not the first time he's been punch drunk after the fight. I mean, Tank hit the nigga so hard he couldn't even do a post fight. And even in his post fight, he was talking about how he was winning the fight. Tank hit this boy so hard. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This nigga Tank hit this nigga so hard. This nigga was talking about how he was winning the fight, not knowing that he got knocked out. Like, nigga, you got knocked out, man. What are you talking about? You was winning the fight. Okay, whatever. If you thought the end results was you getting knocked out, that was the that was the end results. I thought Rolly should have stopped boxing at that moment. I said, yo, whoever let Rolly get up on that stage in that press conference and say I was winning the fight up until that point, and he deserved a rematch. Not only that, he's the nigga said he deserved a rematch with Tank after getting knocked out. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody on his team should have been fired. Like, y'all let me go up there and really embarrass myself like that. I can't fuck with none of y'all no more. Know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with none of y'all no more. Y'all let me go up there. I didn't even know I said all this shit. You know what I mean? You could clearly tell that that man was knocked out. Tank hit that boy so hard with a left hook. Voila! That boy was out of there. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to take next fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Soon Tank Davis, the silverback gorilla. There is no one gorilla. He's gonna be fighting in June, so I'm definitely anticipating that one. But at the end of the day, let's get into the main event. Let's get into Kasazu boy, man. We all know of Kasazu boy. Kasazu was a legend in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Was a champion. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing in the boxing game at the end of the day. He had a son in Tim Tszyu. And Tim Tszyu was trying to make a name for himself and not being under the umbrella of, oh, that's Kasazu boy. Oh, that's Kasazu boy. Oh, that's Kasazu's son. You know what I'm saying? He's been trying to make his name and he beat some boxers. When he beat Tony Harrison, I was like, okay, Tim Tszyu might be he might be one of them guys. He might be really like that. And he might be really trying to make a name for himself to stand aside from to outshine his father. At the end of the day, man, this fight with Fundora, I thought that Kasazu won the fight, bro. I didn't want to sit up here and hold you, man. I thought he beat Kasazu, fucking Sebastian Fundora tonight. I felt like they robbed Kasazu tonight. PBC, I don't know what y'all on. I mean, Tim Tszyu suffered a severe cut. I think it was like second round or something like that. Fundora, he pretty much ran into Fundora's elbow, and it split a massive cut on the top of his head. I mean, the man was out here looking like Vision from Infinity Wars. You know what I'm saying? He was out here looking like Vision from Infinity Wars from round two to the rest of the fight happened. You know, I thought they really was gonna stop the fight. That was my personal opinion. I was like, damn, hopefully they don't stop this fight. But Tim Tszyu, man, he put up a hell of an effort with all the blood coming down his fucking face and just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting, keep fighting. And you know, man, I got he got a dog in him, man. He got straight dog in him, man. He got Rottweiler in him. He got some Pitbull in him. He's a dog, man. I fuck with Tim Tszyu because if it wasn't for the cut, he would have knocked Fundora ass out. We gotta keep it all the way tall at this point. I'm keeping it all the way tall. I'm gonna keep it all the way at Bean Pie. If Tim Tszyu didn't suffer that cut, he would have knocked Fundora ass out. All this shit y'all be hyping this nigga over because he tall and he's fighting at 154. He's 6'6" at 154 pounds and all that. Like I said, man, size don't win fights, man. Size don't win fights, man. We gotta what y'all niggas don't understand. The boxing y'all don't understand fighting at the end of the day. Size don't win fights. Skills win fights. And Zoo's skills were superior, even with the Chrisman mask this nigga had. He had the Chrisman mask. He was out here looking like the Chrisman Chin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Chrisman Chin, that cartoon and shit from back in the day. But yeah, he was out here looking like the Chrisman Chin up here hitting this boy Fundora with all kind of hitting that nigga with the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? And for Amazon Prime, man, PBC, for y'all to rob Tim Tszyu like this was crazy to me. That was crazy to me, man. He earned that win. He deserved that win. He should have got that win. Unfortunately, he didn't get the win, man. So Fundora is now the WBC champ and the WBO champ. Now it's being circulated. First, it was being circulated that, well, Bud actually stated, he actually forced his more mandatory. And this is how I know the PBC be on some bullshit at this point. So Bud, the nigga that whooped Earl Spence back in June of last year, okay? This nigga decides he gonna move to 154 and he say, I want the winner of Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. PBC gives the green light to Earl Spence that he can get the fight over Terrence Crawford. This is why boxing is hurting, bro. This is why boxing is hurting, bro. This is why, bro, like, this is crazy to me. Like, you telling me Earl Spence, the nigga who got his ass whooped, and we ain't heard nothing from this nigga since he got his ass whooped. The nigga who actually didn't want to do the rematch. Let's keep it a bean pie. Earl Spence did not want to do the rematch with Terrence Crawford at 147 or 154. PBC is going to allow him to get the winner of this fight. This is crazy to me, bro. This is absolutely nuts to me, man. That's why boxing is hurting, man. This is why boxing is hurting, man. The fact that Earl Spence can get the winner of this fight and Bud Crawford get left out in the cold. This is a shame, man. This is a shame. And I mean, the fact that Tim Tszyu lost this fight is a shame because Tim Tszyu was hitting him with the bigger blows. Okay, Tim Tszyu was hitting him with the massive shots. You know what I'm saying? He hurt Fundora multiple times in this fight, and so for him not to get the victory to me is wild to me, in my personal opinion. I don't know how y'all scored the fight. I had Tim Tszyu winning this fight. Especially the championship round. All Fundora would do was a paw and jab, little paw kind of jab. Tyzsu was coming over the top of that shit. Hot out, coming up uppercut, hot out, body shot, hot out, hot out. That motherfucker was ripping his shit. So for y'all not to get that man to win tonight, man, with the charisma mask this nigga had, man. Yeah, this is a shame. This is a shame, bro. This is a shame, man. Straight shame, man. This is a shame, man. I can't believe PBC did this shit tonight, bro. I fuck with PBC, man, but come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. This ain't it, man. So y'all just wanna, and like I told y'all when I talked about the fight being switched, I told y'all they probably had old boy preparing for Fundora in the first place, knowing Keith Thurman was gonna pull out the fight. Earl Spence want to fight, he should fight Keith Thurman at 154. That's who he should fight. He should fight Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Throwing Earl Spence over Terrence Crawford for the winner of this fight, it don't even make sense. If Terrence Crawford is moving up to 154 and Earl Spence is moving up to 154, he don't want the rematch with motherfucking Bud Crawford. So it's only right that motherfucking Bud get the winner of the fight. We know that Jamel Charlo just took the loss to Canelo, so he probably not trying to get in here. And you know that maybe PBC just feel like the fight can't sell. Seeing that um Jamel Charlo just lost to Canelo and coming back down to 154, I get it. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But you could have sold money. You could have made money with the winner of this fight, though, with Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have made money with that. So I don't know, man. This Terrence Crawford shit is getting kind of weird now. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford is almost being punished for beating the shit out of goddamn Earl Spence. It's almost like he being punished for whooping this nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? This is some uncharted territory in the sport of boxing that I've never seen was going down with fucking Bud Crawford, bro. It's like they knew this nigga was on his way of trying to become three-time undisputed, and they decided to tell Jamel Charlo to move up two weight classes, fight Canelo, knowing that this nigga's gonna be stripped from a bunch of belts. Because let's be clear. Now that this is a whole video that I have to do individually, like without without a live stream. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Tyzsu and Fundora and shit like that, but I got to get into this, man, because I'm gonna do a video about this. This is crazy, man. So the fact that Bud Crawford, so now with Jamel Charlo moving up two weight classes, when he entered the ring, he was stripped from the WBC title. If y'all didn't know it, okay, so he already lost one title with him going down to the ring, with him taking that ring walk. He lost his title at 154. Okay. Then he lost a few more titles. Lost a WBO title. That's how Tyzsu got the title. If I'm not mistaken, I think he lost another championship, but I think either he has a WBA or the IBF. He might have those two titles. Okay. So now he only has two titles instead of four, on which he had. Bud Crawford just finished becoming undisputed champion. So now Bud Crawford will pretty much have to either take that fight with Jamel Charlo or try to squeeze his way in this Fundora fight to try to fight Fundora. I think PBC low key wanted Fundora to win this fight because they felt like Fundora would be the one that would be able to beat Bud Crawford. That's my personal opinion on it. That's my personal opinion on it. I feel like they feel like, okay, if there's anybody, because Fundora is beatable. So unless, I mean, I think Earl Spence can beat Fundora. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna have to be willing to bleed for that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to be willing to bleed for that at the end of the day. Fundora is no chump, and he's 6'6", and that's a tall target at the end of the day. But I do think that Earl has the possibility of beating him if he's still the same Earl at the end of the day. But it's crazy how they doing Bud, man. Yo, this shit is crazy how they doing Bud, bro. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you on this, man. That's kind of wild how they doing Bud, man. I don't like that shit. And we're gonna definitely do a live stream on that because I just don't. I'm not a fan of that shit, man. And I just feel like, man, this is crazy, man. I mean, Bud is he's getting punished for whooping niggas ass, bro. How a nigga get punished for whooping niggas ass in a sport where you supposed to whoop niggas ass? Like, yo, how a nigga get punished for whooping niggas ass and you get punished in a sport where you supposed to beat the shit out of somebody? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Bud is down with you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on, why Bud being blackballed like this, man. But it seemed like with Bud, bro, it's a glass ceiling. Like, there's a ceiling to his shit. They don't want him to break through the cracks. Like, they want him to be right there. And if he ain't getting down, then he gonna stay there. That's something we're gonna do a video. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow, man, on Easter Sunday for sure. We definitely gonna do a live stream about that when it comes down to Bud, man, because man, justice must be served, man. Justice must be served. Point blank, period, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if if EJ got out here. Let me see real quick. I mean, I don't know if EJ got out here and started calling this nigga out. As you see, Danny Garcia tells Javante to run it back with Isaac Cruz. We know that's the plan. We're gonna get it.
He saves money for real estate. Can Rolly come back from that, Danny? Can Rolly come back from that? He took a beating a little bit at that. He took a little beating.
Danny's a boxer. Danny know that Rolly is done, bro. He took an ass whooping tonight, bro. Rolly took a hella fight ass whooping tonight, and he's not Rolly. Rolly can't beat no slick boxers, and he can't beat nobody that can punch. That's just what it is. If Rolly want to keep his mental at the end of the day and keep from having his fucking brain being fucking rattled around and shit like that, and be there for his children and be stable and shit like that, bro, he might want to call it quits, bro. He might want to you gotta retire from the game, and you can't let the game retire you. That's one thing I do respect about because a lot of people, as far as the NFL world, right? In the NFL, um, what's his name? What the fuck is his name? Not Sam Donald. Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald retired this year. He just literally retired out of the blue. Some people would be like, damn, Aaron Donald only 28 years old and he accomplished this and he accomplished that. He a Super Bowl champ, multiple Pro Bowl player, defensive player of the year nominee, defensive player of the year actually won it. You know what I'm saying? So, some would be like, damn, multiple time Pro Bowler, multiple time All Pro, this, that, and the third. Why he retired now? You gotta know when to retire from the game and not let the game retire you. That's one thing that I do respect about Aaron Donald's decision. What Rolly Romero he needs to look at, man, seriously, man, because boxing is no joke, bro. You getting punched up inside your head, bro. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? So Rolly need to Rolly need to get out the game. He need to take maybe one more fight, and the sad part about it is that Rolly is young. That's the sad part about it. Rolly is Rolly's younger than me. I know for sure. So you don't want to be taking that kind of damage. Even when you hear Rolly speak, it's kind of slurred or it's kind of he's tripping over his word like he's stuttering. That's a sign of brain damage. You know what I'm saying? These boxers, they don't have the quickest of reactions to when they get action. You know what I'm saying? Even if I bet if I rewind this back, even with Danny Garcia, he's going to hesitate when he's answering a question because these niggas getting punched in their head, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit not normal. It's not normal for you to be getting punched inside your head and shit like that and be a normal civilian at the end of the day. Like it's just not. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But let's hear what he had to say about Javante Davis.
I think they stopped in time, so they kind of saved his career. Which is the main event. That was cool. Like people was taking big hits, laying down. Like, who's next for Pitbull? Who's next for Pitbull? Should you run back with Tank? I would love to see that. Yeah. Really? Yeah, that's the first thing I said after you. Yeah, I thought that.
Look at that. They all want to call out the silverback gorilla. There is no one real. Yeah, that nigga Tank is the face of boxing, man. Yeah, that my nigga Tank is the face of boxing. Shout out to my East Coast nigga, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my East Coast nigga Tank, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there, man. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna return in June, you know what I'm saying? Gorilla season in June. I tell you that shit right now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when Pitbull Cruz beat him, yeah, I was saying, yeah, we need to run it back with Tank. Man, listen, I hope they do make that fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Pitbull Cruz calling him out, knowing damn well. So that just lets me know that that's a fight that they are going to make happen. The Devin Haney fight, if he's at 140 still, that fight will happen, bro. And for all y'all that think that Tank's scared of this nigga or this, that, and the third, I'm telling y'all niggas now, bro. Just like I said when it come down to Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, I told y'all, bro, I got Bud. You know what I'm saying? Until but Earl gonna have to show me he really like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I got Bud. Regardless of what was going on with the political situation and politics of the game and shit like that, man. Listen, I got Bud if these niggas run in the ring. Bud, yeah, everybody said Bud was running from Earl Spence. Bud scared. Bud a bitch ass nigga. Bud don't really want to fight. Bud end up getting that fight. And Bud is this the illest nigga in Nebraska? That is the illest nigga in Nebraska. No, that's what it ended up being. And put EJ on goddamn Amber Alert. You know what I'm saying? This nigga EJ was on Amber Alert. We like, yo, what's going on with EJ, man? EJ ain't posting. EJ ain't saying nothing. What's going on with the rematch? Is he going to take the rematch? Now this man jumping out of the blue waters talking about some, yeah, I want the winner of Fundora and Tim Zoo. So that clearly he don't even want the rematch with that nigga Bud. When Tank get his hands on Devin Haney, it's gonna be the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same way. Tank gonna beat this nigga, and I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna be up when that fight happens, bro. I'm gonna be turned up. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be turned up for that. You know what I'm saying? The silverback gorilla. There's no one realer. I'll be turned up for that one. Cause I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of y'all gonna be a lot of y'all. It's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing when Tank put hands on that boy Devin Haney, man. I'm telling you that one right now. You know what I'm saying? He can't fuck with Tank. But we get into a whole we get into and when I say this, I don't say it as malicious intent. Like I hate Devin Haney. I don't hate Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney and I respect everything that him and his pops and everything that they built for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we're not gonna do over here on Tell Like It Is TV is that we're not gonna lie. We're gonna tell like it is. You know what I mean? These niggas with this Ryan Garcia fight, they literally have been talking about Tank the entire fight, the entire build up to this fight. Even though Tank is not even at 140 pounds, even though Tank is not the guy he's fighting, Tank name has been mentioned way more than Ryan Garcia. That's why I don't think this fight is definitely. This fight is not Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is not going to do a million pay per view buys. It's not. It's just not, bro. It's not going to do a million pay per view buys. It's not. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not. Then this is the weirdest build up I've ever seen to a fight. So they're not. They're not going to do. A lot of people going to stream this shit, but there's not going to be a lot of people that actually spend money to pay for the fight. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold y'all too long for the night. I'm about to get ready to get the fuck up off of here. It is what it is. But Tim Zoo got robbed tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give my quote. Timzu was clearly winning them last championship rounds, in my opinion. Them little paw and jabs wasn't shit. Timzu was hitting them with the bigger shots. I just wish Timzu would have swept the right hand. Like, and what I mean by sweeping the right hand, like y'all remember when Mayweather fought Cotto, right? And Mayweather would sweep, he would sweep that right hand. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much of like your normal hook, it's more of a sweep to come around the guard. I felt like if Tim Zoo would have did that, because at Fedora's distance, you have to sweep the right. You have to sweep your punch. You can't motherfucking just, you know what I'm saying? You could throw the straight, but the straight is cool, but you sweep that right hand that's coming over the top, and you're gonna be, you're gonna be coming from a long, like not lunging, but somewhat. You know what I mean? If y'all remember the Cotto fight with Mayweather, Mayweather would stand in front of him and sweep it. Wow, come over the guard of Cotto. If Tim Zoo would have done that, he probably would have knocked Fundora ass out. I felt like he didn't do that enough. Um, but I still thought he did enough. He hit him with the bigger shots, in my personal opinion. Even the body punches, he was hitting him with the bigger shot. But Tim Zoo got up there. He took his loss like a man. Um, it was what it was. If he would have got up there and called like, "Hey man, I feel like I won this fight," I had no problem with that neither, because I really felt like he won the fight. You know what I mean? Fundora and shit, man. Y'all out here, y'all just trying to sell fucking zoo tickets and shit. Y'all out here trying to build a circus and shit because he's 6'6", at 154 pounds. Oh man, yeah, man, the Tower Inferno and all this whole stupid shit. Like, bro, I don't care about this nigga being tall. He can't fight. He can't fight, man. He can't fight. Earl Spencer beat his ass. Terrence Crawford beat his ass. The nigga Tim Zoo beat, and Brian Mendoza knocked this nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this Fundora is not that, bro. But PBC, for whatever weird ass reason, they want Fundora to shine. They let the man shine. They let him get this win tonight. And that's just the politics of the game, man. That's honestly the politics of the game. And I feel bad for Tim Zoo, man, because he put on a hell of an effort, man. With him getting that cut, and pretty much being fucking Vision and shit out there from Infinity War, and being motherfucking the Chrisman Chin and shit out there. Blood running all down this man's face and shit. He put on a heroic effort, man. And to see that man lose that fight was just kind of crazy to me, because he clearly was hitting him with the bigger shots. All the jabs that Fundora was throwing, they wasn't landing. Tim Zoo was slipping a lot of them punches, countering him, coming over the top. Like, uh, I just hate to see motherfuckers get robbed, bro. I hate to see that shit, bro. I hate to see a motherfucker get robbed from the glory, bro. That's something that that shit dreads. Oh man, I just hate to see shit like that, because I know how much work these motherfuckers be putting into their craft. I know how hard these people be training, and to see a motherfucker get robbed, bro, or be slighted. I won't even say robbed, because it was a close fight, but to see a motherfucker to get slighted, that shit is. I feel for him. You know what I'm saying? I feel for him, man. I really do. And Tim Zoo, man, keep your head up, man. You know what I'm saying? You put on a hell of an effort, man. Put on a hell of an effort. Is definitely showing heart, showing determination, um, showing grit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You deserve to win this fight, man. And I thought you won this fight, regardless of maybe what you thought. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe what you was willing to accept. Let's just say that. Um, I thought you won the fight, man. And it's just a shame, man. It's really a shame. So we're gonna see what happens at 154 pounds. Is Fundora gonna end up fighting Jamel Charlo to become undisputed? You know what I'm saying? Is Earl Spence going to fight Fundora? Or is Bud Crawford going to get the fight with Fundora? I think if they're going to make it, then I'll say this. Here's what I will say. Okay, if PBC is going to do some fuck shit and allow Earl Spence to get the winner, which is Fundora now, right? Because that was the whole thing. Earl Spence was actually at the fight. This was crazy. We ain't seen Earl since he got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So Earl popped up for this fight. So if Earl gets the Fundora fight and they're fighting for the WBC and the WBO championship, if they fight, cool. I need Bud, and PBC should be making Bud Crawford versus Jamel Charlo for the other two belts. And the winner of that should be fighting. Then, when they do the rematch, it's for undisputed once again at 154. Okay, I have no problem with that. If PBC is lining it up like that, if they're gonna line it up like that, because I can get why they would do the Jamel